Was the president part of the decision-making in the seeking of the death penalty for the 6 terrorist suspects at Guantanamo?
No, those decisions were made by the military commissions, the people involved in the military commissions down in, at the Pentagon, and then many people are there working in Guantanamo Bay. The White House was not involved, and they made the decision to bring the charges today because, as they said, they were ready to do so.
Was he consulting in who was targeted for these prosecutions?
No.
So there's no role at all in the White House in any part of this?
No. Obviously, 9/11 was a defining moment in our history and defining moment in the global war on terror, and this judicial process is the next step in that story of the history of this issue. And the President is sure that the military is going to follow through in a way that the Congress said they should, which was in the law that they passed in October 2006, when they passed the Military Commissions Act.
Stanley, is the White House at all concerned that some of the evidence of the confessions by any of these men may not be admissible because they were obtained through waterboarding, which the administration admitted to last week?
Kathleen, I'm not going to be able to comment about the trial from this podium, so I'm not able to comment on that, but I'm sure that if you call the Department of Defense, they'll be able to talk about it further.
What about the timing of all this? Again, it was just Thursday that the Vice President, Hayden, admitted the United States had used waterboarding against some of these suspects. And then, lo and behold, Monday, the DOD announces they're going forward on
I can see conspiracy written all over your face, but there was none. And this decision, that, as the military said, that they were ready to bring the charges, and they did that today when they were ready.
This is mere coincidence.
As I said this morning, yes.
Does the filing of charges against the 9/11 suspects bring the administration any closer to shutting down Guantanamo?
Well, the issue of shutting down Guantanamo Bay is separate from the issue of this trial. The President has said that he would like to be able to close down that facility, and I would remind you that we are down down over half of the original number of detainees that were there, under 300 now. The goal is to have their home countries take them back and hold them securely in a way that will be humane. Some countries have refused to take them back. Some who are even actually calling for the closing of Guantanamo Bay won't take their own prisoners back. And so we are working through that and working with those countries. But at this point, I just see those two issues as separate.
Why did the President, after months of staying out of the Republican race, decide to make statements over the weekend that could be helpful to John McCain in his race against Mike Huckabee?
Well, the President was echoing what we had said last Friday, which is in the Republican primary, we have a narrowing of candidates. We don't have a final candidate yet, and the President was clear about that. But we have a clearer path to a nominee right now on the Republican side of things than you do on the Democratic side, and the President answered questions that were put to him in an interview.
Okay, but so you said we have a clearer path to a nominee. Does that mean that he's indicating that people should fold ranks in favor of this nominee?
I'm not saying that at all. What in anything that I said would make you say that?
Well, you said we have a clearer path. I thought maybe you meant that.
I just mean that we have less people that are running now.
Okay, but the problem that McCain has, the biggest problem that he has in the Republican primary, is that he's not necessarily viewed as a conservative. Rightly or wrongly, Huckabee does not have that problem. So when the President makes statements saying that McCain is in fact a conservative, isn't that helpful to him against Huckabee?
Whether it's helpful or not to Senator McCain, the voters will have to decide. That's who's going to make this decision. The President was asked a question of does he believe Senator McCain is a conservative, and he answered truthfully that he does.
So he wasn't intentionally helping him.
The President looks forward to the day when we have a Republican nominee. He is going to vigorously campaign for that individual.
As the nation's chief law enforcer, does the President believe that this recent Nebraska Supreme Court 6-1 ruling that electrocution be ended as cruel and unusual punishment, does he believe that was right, or does he support the death penalty by fast frying the condemned?
No, Les, why do you have to end it like that? I could have...
Well, that's what electrocution is. It is fast frying of the condemned.